So what are your challenges? What's holding you back? And how can you turn your setbacks into setups? I'm not here today with you to share a story of sorrow. I'm here to share a story of strength. I'm not here to share a story of pity. I'm here to share a story of positivity. I'm not here to share a story of adversity. I am here to share a story of overcoming adversity, a story of ambition. I'm not here to share a story of failure. I'm here to share a story of faith. It is this strength, this positivity, this ambition, and this faith that has brought me and my family here today. So today I want to share with you just two simple life lessons I learned that made me unstoppable. And how if you understand and use these lessons, you too can become unstoppable in life. So y'all have a notepad or anywhere where you write notes with you? Because I want to show you how to be unstoppable. Who wants to learn how to be unstoppable? So what's the first lesson? Everything happens for the greater good. Can someone write that down, please? Everything happens for the greater good. Many of you may know this saying that says, when one door closes, another opens. But see, I want to update that. You see, I used to believe that my medical condition was a closed door in my life. Now I see that nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, God never closed the door on me by giving me this fragile body. He only gave me a window instead of a door. How many of you have doors in your life that you think are closed, but in actuality are windows? Say me if that's the case with you. So this is why I thank God for making me differently abled. My medical condition was there for the greater good. It's shown me that it's not just okay, but it's necessary to be different if you want to change the world. Who agrees with me? My condition has strengthened my character. So have you let your circumstances strengthen your character? I think our world right now could use a lot of character strengthening. Would you agree with me? COVID-19 has claimed millions of lives worldwide, and it has battered our economies, our societies. But as Albert Einstein observed, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. You agree? The Japanese also have this proverb, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. And you know why? Because life's failures are not the ones who are knocked out. They are the ones who stay knocked out because they failed to realize how close they were to winning the fight. So I believe there's no better time than now for us to adapt, to take charge of the increasing digitalization and globalization of society. Anyone agree with me here? So why don't we focus on our gifts instead of our problems in life? God may have given me this body, but it's a gift. And on top of that, He also gave me a unique voice. And I found that voice through music. Music has tremendously impacted me. Whenever I'd break a bone, I would put music on and it would whisk me away from the pain. Indeed, quite humorously, I was once inspired to write a song after breaking my humerus. Whenever I felt down, I'd listen to a song that lifted me up or turn to a sad song I resonated with. Physically, music became my distraction, but emotionally, it became my outlet. And spiritually, it became my fulfillment. Do you have a voice in your life like that is the same for you? My parents were the ones who discovered that I had an uncanny musical talent. So when I was 3 years old, I began learning the keyboard. Unfortunately, I kept breaking my arms, so I didn't get to play it often. But don't worry, I never broke a bone because of the keyboard. But my mom told me something really thought-provoking early in my life. She said, Sparsh, no matter how many bones you break in your life, your voice will never break. So at the age of 6, I started learning to sing. But I truly found my voice through music at the age of 10. I wasn't able to find any existing songs that described my feelings and my story. So I decided, you know what? I have to write my story and my feelings. I started writing my own songs. But then I didn't know how to record or make the music for them. And I had almost no one to go to for help. So, necessity became the mother of invention, and creativity became the father. And I started learning to produce music 6 years ago on my computer, on my music software. Now that I'm learning to make my own music, the sky is no longer the limit for me. So, even in my musical journey, certain hardships happened to me for the greater good. If I had stopped learning music just because I couldn't play the piano when I was younger, would I become the musician I am today? Tell me. If I didn't face the frustration of being unable to express myself with the songs that already existed, would I have ever become a songwriter? If I had not faced the frustration of being unable to compose and record the music for my songs, would I have learned to produce my own music? No, right? There were two reasons, ultimately, that I never gave up on myself and my craft. The first reason was that I saw all my challenges not as setbacks, but as set ups. Not as roadblocks, but building blocks to help me rise above. So, what are your challenges? What's holding you back? And how can you turn your setbacks into set ups and your roadblocks into building blocks? Can everyone start typing a challenge they face in life and one thing that they're going to do to turn that around and make the setback a setup? Let's do that. The first reason, again, everything happens for the greater good. The second reason I never gave up on myself and my craft is the second life lesson I want to share with you today. Never believe that you can't. Can someone write this, please? Never believe that you can't. Because the thing is, I never believed that I couldn't. Even when I was only a local and statewide singer. Even when I was only getting a couple hundred views per video on my YouTube channel. Believe it or not, before I became very popular, I had so many videos beforehand. But through it all, I never believed that I could not improve and learn new things. And I never believed that I couldn't achieve big things. And one day, things began happening in my life that were bigger than I'd ever imagined. In the fall of 2015, I found mainstream rap through the song Not Afraid made by the rapper Eminem. I won't talk much about it since I've talked about it before and you can find that online. But I rendered the song in my unique way. And to my pleasant surprise, my cover of Not Afraid became the most viewed Eminem cover ever. And it received 80 million views and it's still counting on all my social media. But Not Afraid was just the beginning, and I started getting many more opportunities in my career. Soon, I got to tell my story on the stage of TEDx Gateway in Mumbai in 2015, and that speech has over 25 million views on social media now. There, I also first announced my big dream as a musician, to perform in front of over 1 billion people one day. Can someone write 1 billion in the chat box? And guess what? 4 years after my TED Talk, I reached that dream not just once, but twice. Can someone write twice in the chat? The first time was on the season 10 finale of Kaun Banega Crorepati, hosted by Shri Amitabh Bachchan, which over 1 billion people watched. And the second time was at the Howdy Modi event in front of India's Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and former US President Mr. Donald Trump, which over 2 billion people watched. And besides this dream, I've been humbled and blessed to reach many more career milestones, including raising over $1.80 million for various nonprofits and finally releasing 2 of my own songs during the COVID-19 pandemic. But I don't mean to brag here. I just want to show you all that the only reason I achieved all I did in such a short span of time is because I believed I could do it. So how many of you have been told that you can't do something in life? Probably everyone. Well, when I was born, people told my parents that I was a lost cause. I couldn't walk, I couldn't write, I couldn't eat. I still can't walk, but now I've flown to 9 countries in person to perform and speak to people. I couldn't write before, but now I've written over 70 songs myself. I couldn't eat before, but now everyone who knows me can tell you I am a definite foodie. So, my friends, please don't let anyone tell you that you can't, but more importantly, please don't ever tell yourself that you can't. Because if I believed that I couldn't do anything meaningful in my life because of my medical condition, I would not have been followed by people in over 180 countries. In fact, I don't even think I would have gone beyond the walls of my house. What's my point? The second you hold yourself back from your potential, you hold yourself back from your bright and vibrant future. That's why Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Do you believe that? Say yes if you do. If you believe that you can achieve greatness, of course you'll never reach your goals. Your judgment is too low, your expectations is too low. But if you believe that your vision can reach the world, you will make it come true, 110%. Because now you have the willingness and tenacity to follow through no matter the cost. But of course, success is a journey, not a destination. I've gone very far, but I still have such a long way left to go. Who feels like they also have a long way to go? How many of you feel that way? I have many future plans for my life, but I'll tell you what's most important for me. I want to sparsh or touch everyone's hearts all over the world. I want to leave my footprints, or rather, track prints, into the sand of legacy so deep that not even tsunamis will erase them. I want to show people that if I can be unstoppable no matter the hardships in my life, you can too.